Just so everyone's clear, Jesus was not a refugee, okay?
All right, let's see it.
He went from within the Roman Empire to the Roman Empire, okay? Egypt was part of the Roman Empire, right?
Correct, 100% correct.
I just want to make sure we're very technically correct here. It drives me nuts when people say that.
Thanks for clarifying that. I appreciate it,
When I saw that advertisement of He's Gets Us or whatever, and they said Jesus was a refugee too, it's like why we need to have open borders and all this, I cringed. It's biblically illiterate, and it's using left-wing talking points and appropriating them.
So just to be clear, this is entirely wrong. And Charlie Kirk obviously doesn't have the foggiest idea what he's talking about. Jesus was very clearly a refugee, at least according to the way the English word refugee has been used and understood in international law and wider discourse for the last 70 years or so, and as long as we take seriously the account of Jesus' birth in the Gospel of Matthew, which is where we get the angel warning Joseph and Mary to flee, Fevye, according to the modern Greek, or Feuge, according to the Erasmian pronunciation, into Egypt. And that verbal root is where we get the English word refugee. But they would have crossed an international border in order to escape persecution at the hands of the ruler of the nation-state in which Jesus was born. That makes them a refugee. And how do we know that they were crossing an international border? Well, because Judea was not a part of the Roman Empire. That's probably the most catastrophic flaw of Kirk's presuppositions here. Judea was an independent and autonomous kingdom ruled over by Herod the Great, whom Rome recognized as a king, starting in 37 BCE when they aided Herod in fighting off a Parthian invasion. Rome would not possess Judea until around 6 CE, when they annexed Judea after deposing Herod Archelaus, Herod the Great's son, for his rank incompetence. That is when Judea became a part of the Roman Empire. Prior to that, Judea was a client kingdom, so they were more of a protectorate or a vassal state, just like pre-exilic Israel was to empires like Egypt and Babylon and Assyria. They were an independent nation state that just owed allegiance to a larger dominant sovereign. That was still an international boundary that was recognized by Rome as well as by Judea. So according to the way we understand refugee status today and have for the last 70 years or so, Jesus was absolutely a refugee. Charlie Kirk just doesn't like that because he recognizes that that could provide a bit of a complication to his structuring of power and values and boundaries within the context of Christian nationalism. But that's a Charlie Kirk problem. And it's a problem with a lot of folks across the entire spectrum of political belief, because an awful lot of people think the Bible says what they need it to say rather than what it actually says. And I have a forthcoming book on that called The Bible Says So, What We Get Right and Wrong About Scripture's Most Controversial Issues. This comes out on April 29th. There will be hardcover, audiobook, ebook formats, and you can pre-order now through the link in my link tree if you'd like. And the fit for this video is the Spawn #1 cover.